Hello everybody. Now in today's video we will see the very interesting RAYCAST node in Blender and we will create a boxy text effect. Something like this one. Now we have the starting scene in Blender and first things first we will delete the cube and let's add some text. And let's write something. Let's write hello world. Now this text is to think we have to make the text bold so that we can test our RAYCAST node very easily. So in our text font, I will change it to, let's select some bold font. So what about Berlin Sans or maybe this one? Yeah, I think this one looks good. Now we will keep it where it is. What we will do is we will add a plane and let's take the plane here and maybe we can align our text in the middle. So if I go down, there is alignment and we will just make it center. Yeah, I think this is good. And this is how it looks from the top down. Now let's select our plane and go to geometry nodes and let's click on new. And now what I want to do is I want to add a grid and let's set our mesh with our output. And now this is a grid. And how do we know this is a grid? So it is saying that we have 3 cross 3 vertices. We can know it by adding an instance on points. And now everything is gone. Now in every instance, I will add a cube. Now the cubes are very big. So let's scale it down to maybe something like zero point 0.1 for the Y and Z also. Yeah. Now we have small cubes. Now we need more cubes. So what I will do is I will simply make more vertices. So maybe 10 cross 10. Yeah, now we have a lot of cubes. So let's discuss about the raycast node first. And let's also expand this section. We won't need it right now. So if I go to geometry, there will be a raycast node somewhere. So here in the sample, there is a raycast node. Now this node looks complicated. It has a lot of options like is hit position, whatever. So to give you an idea, what the raycast node does is, let's say we have our text here and we have all the cubes here. And the raycast node basically casts some rays downwards and this is hit. This basically this value will check whether our raycast node is hitting our target geometry or not. And here you can see there is a target geometry. So here we can plug any geometry and the is hit will check if the ray is hitting or not. Hit position will check what is the hitting position. Similarly, there is hit normal, hit distance, and hit attribute. Today we will mostly do with our is hit value, and this is sufficient for creating the boxy text effect. Now, to hit our text, we need a larger grid. This grid is not enough. So what I will do is I will add another transform geometry right after our mesh, and let's keep it downwards maybe. Now here, we have to scale it in the Y, not in the Y, maybe in the X, something like this. So let's keep it something like 6. Maybe we can do it with more, 8. And in the Y, let's make it 2. Now we need more cubes, of course. So in the X, let's make it 40. And actually, we will need even more. So let's make it 400. And let's make it 100. Now we have to make the size of the cubes even smaller. So what I will do is I will just make it 0.02. I think we have to make it even smaller, 0.015. Ha, now this looks fine. Later we can change the size, of course. That is not a problem. Now, the remaining things are very simple. What we have to do is we have to grab our text and bring it here, plug the geometry into the target geometry, and next we will drag the is hit to our selection in the instance on points, and we have something very interesting, a boxy text effect. So to understand how it is happening, I will just explain you a few more things. And also, this will be valid for all the text. So let me just hide this text. Let's not hide it. Let's change it to something else. Let's go to our fonts and let's change it to this one. Yeah, very interesting. Let's hide this one. Hide it. And let's see it from the top. See how interesting it is. And it's not only cubes. We can also add UV spheres or monkeys or whatever. Um, in our grid, we have a cube here. Let's do one thing. Let's add a monkey and let's select this one. Let's drag our monkey here and let's uh, let's delete our cube and let's drag our monkey. Now, you may find it odd, but we have lots of small monkeys here. And this doesn't look half bad according to me. I mean, uh, it's your choice. You can also add a random, like you can add objects from a collection of random objects or whatever, like whatever you want to do. Uh, the important thing is it will work for every text. It will work for mesh also. So today I'm showing for basically text, but we can do it for mesh also. So let's take another one and let's delete the monkey. And the thing is, the object info that we have imported for the monkey, this will still be present. Let's remove it. And is there any other interesting shapes? I think we will do with the cube for now. Let's take another text and then we will see something with the viewer node to get a clear idea of how the Raycast node is working. So let's take another very interesting. What about this one? No, I don't like this one. So let's take something that is bold and some text that is also very interesting. What about this one? Uh, I think this one is fine. Yeah. As you can see, we have a very interesting boxy hello world. Now let's select this one and we will add a viewer node. So a viewer node basically helps us to understand how we are viewing things. So what I will do is we have the instance on points here, and we also have our grid where our points are coming. So what I can do is I can basically drag the mesh from our grid into the geometry in our viewer. And then if I drag the hit into the value, there is a value in our viewer. And if I drag the is hit to the value, something interesting will happen. And nothing happened, and that is because the viewer can actually be opened and closed. So this is like a closed eye, and we can just open it. And we do see something interesting. And we don't see the whole text, the whole hello world. We just see a small part of it. And why is that? And that is because our grid is actually 1 cross 1 meter in size. And in our transform geometry, we have scaled it up in the x and y direction. So what we have to do is basically we have to increase the size of our grid here, and we can keep the scale as 1, 1, and 1. And that is the reason it is coming up like this. So what I will do is I will just close the viewer for now. And this is our hello world. So let's just make it 1 and a 1. It is as expected. Now let's make the size in the x as 8 and in the y as 2. Now we again get the same effect in a different way. The rest of the things will be as it is. Now we can once again open our viewer node, and now this is something interesting that we have. So it is like a black plane and inside there is a white hello world. So what does this mean? It means that the cubes in so and so points, wherever we have our white color, those cubes, the rays from those cubes are hitting our text and the remaining cubes are not really hitting. Um, so that is what it means. And it is being showed in another place. So in our geometry nodes, we have a spreadsheet. We generally remove it at the start, but this time it may come in handy. So what I will do is I will select my viewer node. And in the viewer node, we will have the list of all the points. So 400 cross 100. Um, Basically, how many points are there? 40,000 points. A lot of points are there. Now, the interesting thing is if the rays from the points are not hitting the text, it will be shown as a 0. And if it hits, it will show as 1. Let's try to do one more thing. Let's scale it down a little bit. 6 and a 1.5. Now, I think this is also fine. And accordingly, we can scale it down a little bit, I believe. So 375. Let me close the viewer node and see. Everything is fine. Yeah, everything is fine. So we have now a little bit less points. But yeah, we still have to find the points where the value is not 0, the value is 1. And we can find, it will be difficult because there are a lot of points. Yeah, so as you can see, some of the points have the value as 1. And which are those points? The points in the position of following position. So this is basically the x, y, and z position. And so these points are basically the rays from these points are hitting our text, the remaining points are not. And similarly, when we are using the hit position or hit normal and other values, from the spreadsheet, we will get an idea of what is really happening over here. So that is all about the raycast node. Well, not all. That is how we can use a raycast node, and it has a lot more applications, and we will gradually see those one by one. So that is it for this video, folks. And if you have learned something new in this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe the channel. And I will see you soon with another very interesting video. So see ya.